It feels like every proposed change to Osu's PP system is controversial. I think it's because the general public has a hard time understanding or even sometimes misunderstands what the changes are doing. You and me both know the PP system is complex, and sometimes those changes get such into the nitty-gritty that you basically need a working understanding of Osu's codebase to really get what they're getting at. To the layman, to the average user, all they can really do is just look at the value of PP on different maps and different people's profiles and see if those numbers go up or down and then just judge it from there. But you're not getting the full picture that way. That's really not an accurate way to do it. So we're here to judge PP systems on their merits. And recently, a brand new PP change has finally been merged, and it'll be deployed eventually. There's no set date. But we're talking about combo scaling removal and exactly what it is and why I think it is the single best change that has ever happened to the PP system. I've even had trouble explaining this. I've had to record this video like 10 different times trying to explain it. But hopefully I will get it so concise that if you know nothing about the PP system, you'll understand what's going on. Or if you disagree with combo scaling, you might change your mind and come around to my worldview, my viewpoint over here. So, to explain combo scaling removal, we first have to talk about combo scaling. What is it? The amount of PP that you get for a play is directly proportional to the max combo that you got on the map. If you get a full combo, you get the whole amount of PP, but if you get less than that, if you broke at some point, then you get less than that, and it scales based on how big your combo was. Now this was great 11 years ago when the PP system was first being developed, but people have found some issues with this, major issues. Famously, combo breaks in the middle of a map more than halve your PP. Regardless of how you did. It doesn't matter if you had near SS accuracy or if you just one slider broke in the direct middle. You will get nowhere near the FC amount. Just having low combo at all kills your play. Tangentially related, score v1ing is still a thing that happens. TLDR, if you don't know what that is, you can beat one of your plays with a worse play and lose PP for it. And that's entirely due to how combo works in both scoring system and PP system. At the end of the day, combo is king. Currently, only plays that are FC or near FC are basically rewarded in the PP system at all, no matter how good we might think the plays are. As an effect of this, really high star maps or extremely hard maps almost give no PP because, high miscounts and low combos across the board, no matter what the accuracy is. And as a direct example of this happening in action, think about the farm maps that people play. They always have the diff spikes at the very end of the map, because they know if you were to miss in the middle of the map, that would not give a lot of PP. Now, obviously, there are some issues, but you might be thinking to yourself, well, at least the PP system, maybe if you made it so if you miss on a hard part and if you hit that. No, that's not how it works. The PP system does not consider and actually cannot consider where you missed in a map, where you hit patterns in a map. It doesn't know any of that. It literally entirely bases combo scaling off of what your max combo was versus the full combo of the map. Basically just a really flawed estimation that we've been using for years and just haven't batted an eye at for some reason. So what then? Well, we need to stop thinking in a combo mindset. We have been trained to just value combo more than anything else just because that's what gives PP, that's what gives score. But start trying to imagine in your head okay, well, let's take combo out of the equation. What can we look at? We can look at the number of mistakes that you get during a play. Misses, slider breaks, that sort of thing. And those actually directly correlate to combo, right? If you miss or slider break, that breaks your combo. So it's still kind of related. If we were to just take the number of mistakes that you made during a play and scale it based on that instead, maybe we could actually make some of those plays worthwhile. PP will scale down based on the number of mistakes, regardless of combo or where it happens. So the best way to envision this in your mind is think about 2 one-miss plays with the same accuracy, right? But maybe the misses are in different spots. Maybe one was a miss in the beginning, or one was a miss in the middle or the end, however you want to imagine it. Those 2 plays will be worth the same amount of PP because they are the same accuracy and have the same amount of mistakes. See, intuitively, you want to say oh, well, what if it was on this part of the map? But hey, again, remember, PP already doesn't consider that. It's just an estimation already. So there are some issues that people have brought up with this. The one that I've seen the most is, oh, well, this kind of makes it so FCs aren't really worth anything. But that's just plain not the case at all. An FC in combo scaling removal is worth the exact same as it was before. The only difference now is that non-FC plays are worth something as opposed to worth nothing. Just to dissuade this thought in your mind, listen to my words carefully. An FC play will always be worth more than a non-FC play. And I'll show you some examples soon. Some other people say, oh, well, my plays where I missed on the very end get nerfed like unfairly. But it's really combo scaling that was buffing them too much before. If you think about it, these plays where they're hitting everything until, maybe they one miss on the end, they were getting almost the entire combo scaling buff as opposed to someone who would miss earlier and get, a huge reduction. All that the PP system is doing after combo scaling removal is it's seeing, oh, you got one miss or two misses on the end? Well, it doesn't matter if it was on the end, you got one or two misses, and it scales that accordingly. And of course, other people say that this takes away the importance of combo or takes away the importance of FCing maps entirely, so why even do that? And you know what, there might be a little bit of validity to this argument, but is there? Like I said before, FCing a map will always be worth more PP than that. And like we just pointed out, some maps that have misses are already getting nerfed. So actually, it's kind of doing the opposite. You're incentivized more, especially on these farm maps with diff spikes at the very end, to actually FC the maps now as opposed to missing. Otherwise, you'll get more of a reduction than you would normally. And of course, as I addressed before, mistakes kind of correlate directly with how much combo you held during the map. So it's not really taking away the importance of combo, it's just kind of, changing up where that importance is being derived from. So now that we've gotten all those thoughts out of the way, I just wanted to highlight 3 plays that I think will show you exactly what the system is really doing. Number 1, Erisin's Ice Angel 99.28% 3 slider break. This is an insanely high accuracy play. In fact, it's the highest accuracy for the mod combo on the entire map. Currently, it's only worth 589 PP, but in the combo scaling removal rework, it goes to 993 PP. I mean, for a play that's an S rank on the map, I think that's a pretty fair PP amount. And for all those people who are screaming, well, what is it for FC? It's actually 1,128 PP for FC. So of course, he would be incentivized to go for FC again if he really could. Number 2, White Cat on Riven's Yomiuri. He played it with Hard Rock and he got 1 miss. It's a very crazy flow aim play, and he almost nearly comboed it, but he's not quite there. He got 711 PP for this play. And in the rework, this goes to 1,011, so plus 300 PP right there. Now that's a lot, but of course, if he were to FC this instead of missing once, it would be worth 1,132 PP instead. Now, last but not least, probably the most controversial example of these is Emrek on Walk This Way, top diff. He played it 3 mod, that's Hidden, Hard Rock, and Double Time, which makes the map 12.4 stars. Now this is one of those high difficulty plays with multiple misses. He actually got 11 misses on this one, which normally would just kill the play completely. The current value for this 12-star map play that he got with 11 misses is 525 PP, but in this rework, it goes to a whopping 1,323, which seems like a lot, especially for an 11 miss play. But again, you're kind of thinking in that combo mindset. Maybe it'll alleviate it a bit for this, 12-star map. When I tell you FCing this would gain plus 1,000 PP on that, 2,373 PP for FC. Now I feel like that's kind of scaled like pretty good, right? So at the end of the day, I think you can see it does buff some of these plays that wouldn't normally be worth anything and that are actually like really good plays to begin with. I think this will actually incentivize more people to A, FC, B, to play maps that are really hard for them and actually push their limits and go for some of these really hard maps that wouldn't necessarily give PP before, and C, start pushing other things like accuracy rather than just focusing entirely on combo. And that's why I think that this might be the biggest and best change that has ever happened to PP. It fundamentally changes how you think about the PP system. You have to leave that combo mindset behind. And that's really going to be the hard part for most people. It's really hard. It took me a while to wrap my head around it. But once I came around, I was like, this is really good. Well, maybe I've convinced you. Maybe you disagree. Leave a comment. Let me know. That's it. Give me ideas for more discussion videos below. Thanks.